Okay, looking at the Week 13 slate, but before we do, we have to recap Week 12. Danny swept Thanksgiving, hit a couple bumps in the early games, but then
Dumb
closed
bumps.
out the afternoon, Sunday night, and Monday night. So Danny had a hell of a run, 13-3. I matched him with some big balls picks like the Panthers and the Jags win, but I had some clunkers in there as well. So I was also 13-3. Jamel went 9-7, relinquished his lead, and now is tied with me at 179-1. Danny
followed it up with my worst week of picks.
Yep. Danny 8 games ahead of us, 108-71-1. So
this is over. I mean, can we just
it's
acknowledge
not quite over?
It's not over, dude. There's too many games left. I refuse. It's a long. These next few weeks is going to be long. All I got to do is never pick the Commanders again.
Look, I'm gonna play this shit like whales. I am gonna just play defense. I'm only gonna think of my picks as a way to block you guys from getting anywhere close to me. It's over. But let's keep going.
Well, thank you.
Hey, Week 13. We're back to bye weeks. We have 2 bye teams, the Cardinals and the Panthers. Somehow just get to enjoy a Week 13 bye. Do you give a shit about either of these teams? Any intrigue? Kyler Murray was complaining about his coaching, or the schematics anyway. Do we care?
I mean, their coaching situation is probably the worst. I can't tell. They're pretty bad, man. How did they manage to lose that game?
Look, I am so jacked to watch this next episode of Hard Knocks in season. I've been following it, and it's fine. The last episode was strangely disappointing, but this episode where they lose this game, who baby? There's going to be something there.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jamel. They might have the worst coaching in the league. I think the Texans are up there. I think that's about.
Well, okay. Here's the real question: is
the Rams coaching's really bad too? I know we have McVay, but they're bad.
Remember when in the preseason it was like, who's dumb, Cliff Kingsbury or Kyler Murray? Is it Kingsbury now who is the dumb one?
Can they both be dumb? I mean, Kyler obviously is incredibly gifted on the field as an athlete, but the whole knock on him is, does he give a shit about getting better, or is he just going to, lean on his God-given talents?
Look, what are we doing?
Kingsbury just sucks.
We got,
come on. We got teams to talk about. We got games.
We got picks.
Okay. And then the Panthers, my fault. Sam Darnold, they're not dead yet. The Panthers are not dead yet. Okay, Thursday night football, good game. Bills at Patriots. This is the one the Bills fans need. They've had a roller coaster season. They've wanted to die every time the game is close. They all thought they were going to go fucking 17-0. They're not. It's not that easy. Now they have the Patriots. They can kill the Patriots right now. They could cut their heads off, end their season.
Why do they have so many Thursday games? I thought everybody was only supposed to get one Thursday game.
Nope.
They get
this is like your third one.
The Thanksgiving game doesn't count as your Thursday game. So they cleverly put all the Thursday, or they gave at least one Thursday team. Actually, both, because the Patriots also played on Thursday against the Vikings. So they gave 2 of the teams that were playing on Thursday their Thursday the following week. So it worked out where they get a full week.
Okay.
It's stupid.
It's still dumb as shit, but yes.
Yeah, the Bills are going to win. I mean, it doesn't matter who's more rested or what have you. I know the Patriots are spunky and, they're boring as hell in a spunky way, but it's not one of the games the Bills are going to lose down the stretch here.
The Patriots has definitely found something in the back half of this, but you're right. I'm going Bills too. I think Bills win, and no, it's in New England.
It's in New England.
It is.
Okay, so never mind. No dildos on the field. No
dildos this week. It's just that back against the wall thing that's so hard to pick against Belichick in this circumstance. They lose this game, they're 6-6. They're pretty much out of the playoff hunt. They're like just the 7th seed right now, hanging on
They're
by a
not,
thread.
because the Chargers are going to lose games, and who else is it? The Jets are going to lose games. I mean, you're not that worried about getting in if you're the Patriots. That 7 seed is right there for anybody at 6-6.
I don't know.
And the Bills' backs are to the wall too. They can't lose a game, or they're out of the top.
You're right. That's a good point. The Bills are better in every single way. They're better across the board. It's just something about Belichick fucking this Bills fan base and this team. And Mac Jones wasn't bad last week. He was not a dud. I hate to do it, but I'm picking the Patriots here.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
I know.
I love it.
I don't like myself for it.
Okay.
Okay, Sunday early games. Steelers at Falcons. Jamel's team survived this annoying-ass Falcons team that just will not ever go away. They're in every game. Every game they lose, they're in. Every game they win, they somehow pull from their ass that they should have lost.
Till the bitter they had 2nd and goal.
I know. I thought they were going to score. I really did.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I wanted to see if Heineke could actually lead a comeback, but we didn't have to find out. And then you have the Steelers coming off a Monday night win against the Colts. Sure. I don't know.
How did you guys both know the Steelers are going to win? This team that sucks dick.
Because it's Jeff
though.
Saturday.
Yeah.
The regression has to happen. We knew it was Mike Tomlin.
TJ Watt's back.
Yeah.
You know, Kenny Pickett's getting better. Marcus Mariota's the same. So I actually am betting the Steelers are going to beat the Falcons this week as well. I'm doubling down on Steelers action. I feel the same dynamics are in play. You got a better coach with the Steelers. Mike Tomlin is going to claw his way back to respectability. If
he wants that 500.
He can maybe get there. I haven't looked at the math lately, but
they're 4-7.
There you go. All you have to do is just go on a little mini run, and you're
win this one.
There.
You're at 5-7, and it's right there within range. It can happen.
Absolutely,
they found their quarterback. They're not doing the fucking back and forth between Trubisky anymore. This can really be a little Steelers run. I'm picking the Steelers as well. I have no faith in the Falcons. I hate this team.
Is the game in Atlanta?
It's in Atlanta.
It is.
I'm taking it. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going with some Atlanta shit. All of my favorite internet comedians are from Atlanta.
I know.
Shout out to Desi Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Hayes.
Yep. Friend of the program.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is not Atlanta. I'm going with Atlanta.
Just based off location alone.
There it is.
Atlanta. Okay. Broncos at Ravens. This is a fun one. I mean, Lamar Jackson had a meltdown of sorts after they lost to the Jags. He was attacking fans on Twitter, which is just like definitely like you're pissed off from the game earlier that day mode.
Well, you can't.
I get it too. I get it, but just get offline. If you're mad, just get offline. Somebody in his team has to just take his phone away. Like he was telling him to suck some dicks and to eat his ass. It was pretty funny.
Well, it's the last place you want to be after you lost a close game where
to Trevor Legend, Lawrence.
To you losing to a white guy and then going on Twitter to see a white guy say that you're pathetic and worthless.
Yep.
Is like you just can't do it.
The problem is not when a fan starts giving you shit. It's when your own teammate starts giving you shit in front of America, and that's what happened to Russell Wilson.
Ooh.
I don't know what Mike Purcell said to him, but it had to be something in the order of like, "You fucking suck, dude. You fucking suck out there. We're playing here. We're keeping teams to under 20 points every single fucking week. How do you suck?"
That's a great point, Danny. You know, we're bringing up Lamar and that there's at least like an intermediary. There's a phone there and then a social media app to have this delivery system to tell Lamar he sucks. With Russell, it's just his teammate.
Calls coming from
some
inside
random
the house.
guy.
Yeah, I mean, it is brutal to be Russell Wilson right now. It's not going to get any better. Lamar needs this one. Lamar's mad. You don't want to make Lamar mad and then go be Russell Wilson out there.
Yeah, I have the Ravens here as well. They just have that weird thing. Yet again, they were up 10 in the fourth quarter and blew that lead. Every game they've lost, they have had a double-digit lead. So that's not really Lamar's fault. Obviously, the defense, if they just hold, they win. But I don't know. The Ravens team, Something's still off. I still don't see Lamar maybe being there long term. There might be somewhere else he wants to go. We've been on this all season that this might be the last Ravens Jackson season. It might be.
Put him on the
I
jet.
would love to see him and Jeff Saturday together. Danny called it weeks ago. Let's get it done.
Also, I like the Jackson to Jackson in Jacksonville 65-yard bomb to Deshaun Jackson. Oh, that was sweet. I loved it.
And Jackson DeVille was there.
Naked, essentially, in a thong, painted yellow. What the hell was that about?
They're doing something sexier, man. White Lotus is coming back. It's like,
It won. That helped them win the game too. It was a little distracting for the Ravens. Jamel, we're both on the Ravens. Who do you have?
Craisins, line it up. Line that bitch up.
Next up, Packers at Bears. Danny hit us with breaking news that Aaron Rodgers is playing in this game. I did not see this. What happened?
I mean, he just broke it on Pat McAfee. He said the scans were good. It doesn't make it not a one-sentence game, though. This is now a one-sentence game, and I'll pick the Packers. You know, Rodgers needs to get his little pride back.
Yeah.
I want to pick the Bears here. If you ever had a time to fuck Aaron Rodgers over in his whole "I own you" shit with the Bears, this is it. Look, he's hurt. His thumb's hurt. He's old. He sucks this year.
Is Justin Fields playing or not?
I don't think so.
Packers.
I'm picking the Bears.
Do it. This isn't Iran. You pick whoever you want.
Please.
Okay. I'm not going to get made an example out of because I picked the Bears. Okay. Jags at Lions. This is, I think, one of the harder games to pick this week. Both teams coming off, or I guess the Lions didn't win their game, but it was it was a moral victory for Detroit on Thanksgiving, coming off 10 days of rest, and then you have the Jags coming off their big balls 2-point conversion win over the Ravens. I don't know. You guys tell me. I like this game. I like this Lions team. I like both these teams.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'm picking the Lions because, one, it just makes sense. Because the Jags on the road. What is that?
You're right. It's bad.
The Jags at home, people hate coming to Jacksonville. I just don't know what they look like on the road. And I know I came on the show and said I'm never picking the Lions again, but I'm actually replacing that. I'm never picking the Giants again.
Look, the Lions are due for a heartbreaking situation. I mean, I think that moral victory was more of a W. It was like when we tied England. It was like a win in just for being in contention. And I feel like the letdown comes when you lose to, on paper, a guy who's a better quarterback. I think Trevor Lawrence is better now than Jared Goff.
I agree.
And he has more weapons, and he's got Travis Etienne. And the Lions have no defense, and their fan base in the stadium is due for a very sad afternoon. Come to reality. You're not that good.
They had 2 games. I think they won 2 games in a row, and it was kind of like, is Detroit back?
Yeah.
And
it's never back. Yeah, it's never back. It's always the illusion.
I'm going with you on this one. Danny, I need to start disagreeing with you a little bit, but I think, you look at the coach quarterback combo, Campbell and Goff or Peterson and Lawrence. I'm going Peterson Lawrence. So give me the Jags.
Yeah, that's fair. It definitely feels like they're going to be around for at least a few years. They're not going to get yanked. They're getting renewed for a second season for sure.
Absolutely. They've shown enough. Browns at Texans. This is the game we dread. It's the return of Deshaun Watson to Houston to play the worst team in the league and to dance in their end zone in front of his accusers. It is going to be must-watch, hate yourself TV.
And if it wasn't for the delicious soap opera of it all, this would be a one-sentence game.
It'd be the worst game of the week.
We're going to have to make a good game a one-sentence game just to compensate for the conversation we're about to have about Deshaun fucking Watson for the 1,000th time. But this is it. This is the day. We all knew it was coming, and it's going to be as much of a spectacle as possible. We didn't learn anything from Nope. We're getting eaten by the monster. And it's just one of those things that I hope the NFL handles at least as unstupidly as they can.
Here's what I want to say. How is football this good? How is football so enjoyable that multiple two handfuls of women who have been physically assaulted by a man are like, you know what? I'm still going to the game.
Oh, it'll
It
be
is.
packed.
It
It's in
raises some
Houston.
questions. It's an interesting point.
I'm going to the game. The Texans suck, and I'm still going to the game.
Now, if you were a Texans fan, would you not take the opportunity to boo Deshaun Watson in person to make sure he gets booed and hears it?
Yeah, because before all of these allegations came to surface, he was sitting out of the season. He held out. He didn't want to play for this franchise ever again. And then all this shit came out, and that's when the he said, she said stuff starts. But it all really started with Deshaun Watson saying, I'm never playing football for Houston again.
The legal system failed you. The NFL system failed you. Now you get to show up and do the only thing you have left to do. Boo the shit out of this. Boo the skin off him. Boo him so hard like Sindel from Mortal Kombat. Scream your skin off.
Is there any potential for some kind of wacky celebrations if a Texan sacks him? There's some.
That'd be great. Yeah.
There could be some shit. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't put it past this Texans team.
Do bounties
again.
Oh, my
God.
The Texans have nothing to play for other than to try and ruin Deshaun Watson's return to football.
I mean, I'm picking the Texans.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm picking the Texans. This is the Damon Pierce game. And also, I'm not winning picks this year. So I'm picking the Texans.
Well, you know what? I applaud your stance. And I'm going to pick the Browns just so that we can both hope that you're right and you get the point for being a better man.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I'm picking the Browns as well, but I am rooting for Jamel to get the point.
Thanks, guys.
Next up, great game, Jets at Vikings. Mike White has resuscitated life back into the Jets season. I mean, the Bears are pretty bad, so I don't know what that even means, but this is the real test.
That was the game. I was watching that game at fucking brunch. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, wow, the Bears are coming out hot, looking good. And then it just turned to diarrhea.
Yeah.
Anyway, the game's in Minnesota.
Trevor Siemian. Yeah. The game is in Minnesota.
That actually makes it harder for me to pick the Vikings.
I mean, does that constitute a pick for the Vikings?
Yeah, I think I got to do it.
Because I'm ready to pick the Jets right now, and it's nothing to do with who's at home. I feel like the Jets, they're due another Mike White. Didn't he have like 2 good games and then it all fell apart? They need that
last year, yeah.
Game. And
he was pretty good last year too.
Vikings defense isn't awesome. Kirk Cousins, if the Jets defense heats up, they could really make that guy look like a tool. I think the Jets pull this one.
They got a shot, a legitimate shot.
I'm picking the Vikings simply because this is just a pick against Danny in this position. It's a toss-up game. Vikings are at home.
Playing you two against each other. Just
Jamel, how did you let Kirk Cousins walk out of the building? Can you rehash that a little bit with what happened in Washington?
Well,
he wanted a bunch of money, and they said, no, we'd rather have Alex Smith and Carson Wentz and Taylor Heineke and
I don't think he was asking for like the richest contract. I think he was asking for a long-term deal. Yeah. Just a long-term deal or whatever the rate is. He probably said, okay, tell me what Tom Brady's getting. Give me $20 million less than that. Mm-hmm. And the Commanders were like, we don't know. You're kind of, you throw picks all the time, but there's no one better. We franchise tagged him 3 years in a row.
Right.
And then he said, the hell with this. And there it was.
Do you regret it? Do you wish Perp Cousins was a Commander?
Well, I mean, we are the Commanders no matter who the quarterback is.
Okay,
It's
but
not
do you
like,
wish he was your quarterback?
no. Do
You
I
got
wish?
Heineke. You got Heineke.
Yeah, I don't. Why would I wish for that? Why would I wish for Kirk Cousins to be running around Ashburn, Virginia, doing fundamentalist Christian things? Why would I wish for that?
Fair enough. Hey, speaking of the Commanders, next game, Commanders at Giants. This is a big ass game. This, I think, determines who's going to be that third team from the NFC East who gets that spot. I know they're all lined up on paper right now to
We're
make
in the playoffs right now,
Yes.
and I'll take
I
that
think
as a win.
I think the loser of this game is probably on the outside of the playoffs when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
So this is a big one. Commanders at Giants. Giants have 10 days rest. They are coming off a Thanksgiving game. So Brian Dable, mini bye. I think he's a little bit of a better coach than Ron Rivera at this point. I know he's still young into his head coaching career. I think your quarterback is a little better than Daniel Jones. So even matchup. Both defenses are playing well. Saquon's better than Brian Robinson. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, their only strength is running. We've got the better defense. We've got the better passing defense. We have the two best safeties in the league.
Chase Young returns,
which I don't even think he should return yet. I think they should keep that on the string. He shouldn't play until it's a home game. I don't want to see him in New York looking like a shell of himself. Just
put him on a snap count. Get the rest off.
Let's just wait until we're back at home. He'll have the extra little hometown adrenaline juice in him, a plus more cortisone shots. That's just my personal opinion. Seems like we're trending up. The Giants are trending down. I'm taking the Commanders, baby. Commandments.
Woo!
Even though it's a toss-up game. This game is going to be chock full of horseshit. Bad calls.
Agreed.
Misplays.
Yep.
Terrible special teams. Wind.
Keep going. Wind.
Pam Oliver looking really upset.
Looking like the Barbie doll meme with the hair in her face.
Yeah, buddy. It's going to be bad, bro. It's going to be bad.
I'm saying commandments as well. I don't know if that's a word I can say as a non-fan.
I think you can.
The Commandments are just a fun team on defense, and I don't know if the Giants have really excelled to the threshold of being certified fun. And that's what you need to win games in December. I don't care where you're at, the NFC East, it's going to be a slugfest in the winter months. That's when the Commanders, formerly the Washington football team and so on, that's when they thrive.
Picking the Giants here.
That's fair. I mean, they've had a couple bullshit weeks.
Yeah, it's just looking at the standings. And I don't think the Giants are very good either. And I think the Commanders are better. But as you just said, all those bullshit factors of wind and yada, yada. I just look at the standings and imagining the Commanders at 8-5 just feels weird. 7-6 feels like right where they belong. Not 8-5. So I'm picking the Giants.
You have to see the Giants at 8-5, which is also pretty freaky.
Yeah, but they got out to a hot start. So
all right.
8-5 feels a little closer for where they should be. Or I guess 8-4 was what it would be, which is too good. Damn.
Just get to your Eagles.
I'm still picking the Giants. Last early game, a rivalry game between Jamel and myself. Titans at Eagles. The Eagles' soft schedule continues, and the first place Titans come to town to take on the Eagles.
Better beat them.
Can I say the Sunday night game stuff? We ran for 364 yards. Jalen Hurts set franchise records for rushing. I mean, we have some pretty good rushing quarterbacks in the past. Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, to name a few. Ron Jaworski used to run for a lot of yards.
What? Jaworski? You're going to throw Jaworski out there? You're going to
look it up.
Come on.
Look it up.
Come on, man.
Fat face from NFL matchup or whatever the fuck? I mean, come on.
Come on.
Look it up.
Get Get Jowls out of here.
Jalen Hurts ran for a franchise record. Miles Sanders is as good as he's ever been. AJ Brown was so sick last week. He popped a blood vessel on his fucking eye. I don't know if you saw him post game. He was throwing up all week. He lost a lot of weight.
Oh, he had
He's back.
raccoon eye?
AJ Brown revenge game. The Titans kicked this man out of the building like fucking idiots. Why would you let AJ Brown off your team? This is AJ Brown, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Give me the Eagles.
Unfortunately, you're right about that. I'll also pick the Eagles. I think it's the AJ Brown thing. He got all his fumbles out last week.
Yes, he did.
And so
the last couple weeks. He's been fumbling. It's very frustrating.
But he'll do it this time. You can just see him mossing some Titan defensive back who we can't even name.
Derrick Henry is a problem in this game. Obviously, our rushing defense is a little bit suspect.
That's why you paid. That's why you paid for mercenaries, on your D line.
We did.
It's the only shot that my beloved Titans have to win is if Derrick Henry just 30 carries for 86 yards. Just a war of attrition.
That's how the Commanders won, was 30 for 86. You just barely get that first down and keep the ball.
That's it, dude. Just keep the ball away, because as soon as Jalen Hurts gets it, he's scoring. And he doesn't care how long it takes. He's scoring.
And he's not happy or sad about it. Jalen Hurts is just
he's just
emotion at all times.
To score. Christian Jesus put him on this earth to score touchdowns.
I can't wait for the offseason. I mean, I'm enjoying this season, of course, but I really hope we win a playoff game so I can see Jalen Hurts have some fun. The guy's so serious. Let it loosen up, my guy. You're 10-1. Have fun.
And the Titans' pass defense sucks.
All these guys take this Kobe mantra, like job's not finished shit, way too seriously. That's how he is.
Lock that pick in, Jamel.
To the Eagles.
Okay, Eagles.
It's in Philly. Eagles. You got it.
Sunday late games, afternoon. Seahawks at Rams. One sentence game. Seahawks. Rams are the worst team in the league.
Yeah, Rams are really bad.
Next game. Great game. Dolphins at Niners. This is the one. This is my favorite game of the week. I mean, Eagles Titans is good, but this is great. I mean, McDaniel's coming back to the Niners, running the same offense that Shanahan runs, just with arguably better players. I mean, they have better skill players at every position. Would you say, who are you taking, Tua or Jimmy G? Who do you want?
I think Tua actually wins that battle. And that's saying something. I thought they were basically the same guy, but they've both done a decent job. It just feels like all the momentum is with the Dolphins, and everybody loves them, and they're the new, this offense can't be stopped. Nobody asks questions about their defense because they're not very good, and I think Shanahan's going to Shanahan them. And his defense, meanwhile, they don't have Teron Armstead. San Francisco has Joey Bosa, plus a bunch of other guys who scare us. Give me the Niners.
Yeah, I take that back a little bit when I said they have all the better skill position guys. I mean, the tight end for the Niners, Kittle, is better than Gesicki. And the running back,
Ayuk's great.
McCaffrey is better than Jeff Wilson Jr.
There it is.
Niners
Jeff
leftovers.
Wilson's hurt also.
Oh, is it? Who do they have now?
In the mix. Who the fuck knows over there?
Mostert. They just take all the Niners backups, basically.
That Dolphin is
give me the Niners while we're to get to deliberating. Niners.
Minos.
Yeah.
I want the Dolphins to win this game because the Niners are a threat to my beloved Eagles. That's the team I'm scared of. They're complete. Their defense, there's a stat where they haven't given up a touchdown in the second half for, I don't know, 5 or 6 straight games, something crazy. So they're scary. So I'm rooting for the Dolphins in this game. Give me the Fins.
Oh,
there it is.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? And I spoke too soon. There's a lot of good games this week because the Chiefs are going to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Danny, is this a revenge game? Can you say it?
It fucking better be. I mean, I really can't take. I'm actually at peace with the results of this game. We don't need it as much as they do. We might not show them everything because I think they're going to be there in the playoffs, and we really don't want the monkey back on our back in the playoffs. So we might as well, if we're going to lose one to these guys, if it's going to be tough back and forth, let's lose the first one like we did with the Bills. But I don't know. I just think there's a lot of pissed off dudes on the Chiefs who do not want to let Joe Burrow somehow get into the MVP conversation and best team in the league conversation, plus creep up on that one seed or let other teams do it. Give me the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Chiefing on that
Chief.
Bengal pack.
Chief.
I mean, Mahomes has got to be relieved. He's got a baby with all its fingers and toes, so he's going to be ready to play.
This is not a distraction week for Mahomes. He's in the huddle worrying about if his kid's okay.
He's got one more thing to play for.
Ooh, I like that angle too. I'll take the Chiefs too. I mean, they always flash that stat like Mahomes in November and December is what? He's never lost.
Hard to beat.
It's unbelievable.
Hard to beat.
Jamel, where's Bengals kid? We haven't heard from him this season.
Probably finishing up puberty and becoming not fun to watch.
Chargers at Raiders. The battle for Los Angeles, kind of. This game in Vegas.
I'm picking the Raiders because the Chargers should have lost last week. This is a makeup loss.
I agree. I think the Raiders are starting to feel something, and it's hilarious that it's way too late. But I think they can beat a Chargers team who shouldn't really be. They're always near the bottom of in the hunt list, and that's where they belong.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that the Raiders are finally who we thought they were going to be this season. That was an impressive overtime win. But it was overtime, and I'm going to say they're tired, and I'm going to give it to Chargers.
There it is.
So Sunday night game, Colts at Cowboys. Matt Ryan, can you do something for me? Can you beat Jerry Jones's racist ass Cowboys teams? Come on. Matt Ryan, wake up. Get off the mat, Matt Ryan.
Just say Cowboys so we can move on.
Yeah.
Jeff Saturday. Can you take this job? I guess the Cowboys do ride the Colts. That is how this works, right? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Ugh. All right, Cowboys.
Are we closing on a one-sentence game? Is this because this could really be with the two teams that are in question?
Oh yeah, this is trash. Monday Night Football. I'd recommend going Christmas shopping or something, or Hanukkah shopping. Just don't watch this game. Use this time in some other productive way. Saints at Bucks. Oh. Why? Why does this have to happen?
I think Tom Brady's embarrassing final season has to end with him embarrassingly in the playoffs still. I don't think he'll allow himself to not be in the playoffs. Somehow they're 5-6 and they're top of this division. So they've still got some reason to flop around like a fish. So give me the Bucks.
Yeah.
I too will say Bunks.
Bucks as well. I hate that game so much. Don't watch it.
Doesn't seem fun.
You know what's fun? The mailbag. It's mail time. Every week, the Sorry We Love Football headquarters flooded with envelopes, packages, and especially around this time of year. I mean, we are getting gifts and letters. Danny, do you want to grab something from our mailbag and read it right here on the show?
Let's do it. I'm going to grab it from the bottom of said mailbag. Hey guys, love the show. My name's Ted Topper. I'm one of the groundskeepers here at First Energy Field, home of your Cleveland Browns. It was actually me who ended up catching that skunk that got loose in the stands during the game, which prompted a lot of jokes about how our organization stinks. Now look, I'm not much for signs, but the skunk is just one of the many odd things I've personally witnessed in this stadium since we traded for Deshaun Watson. For example, the snakes that have been coming up out of all the toilets, that's never happened before. Also, the dead birds that fell out of the sky and formed a perfect mosaic of Deshaun's face over Brownie the Elf at midfield. Or how about the pentagram that suddenly appeared on Jimmy Haslam's back and has been growing larger ever since Deshaun started practicing? There's a whole lot more, but I actually have to go because my pen just turned into a bloody ram's horn and centipedes are coming out of my mouth.
Ugh.
Go Browns.
Ted Topper?
Yeah,
I hope
clearly,
you're safe, Ted.
Hey, yeah, don't get topped off, my man.
I don't know how those last words even got on the page.
The Centipedes wrote it.
It's crazy when you're already a cursed franchise like the Browns, and then you do something to just double down on being cursed. They're like, you know what? Can't get worse, right? Could it? Could it?
It always does.
It could.
Yeah.
It seems like they're struggling. Jamel, do you have a letter?
Yeah, I got a letter from Jerry Jones.
Oh, shit.
This is a big one. Hey guys, big fan of the show. I'd like to address a story that went around this week. The photo of me in Arkansas in the 50s. Yes, I did confirm that was me, but I did not say what I was doing there. I was actually waiting in line for shoes. Yeah, the real reason I was there was because some new dress shoes were about to come out. See, in the late 50s, dress shoes were like sneakers today. And everybody was waiting in line for the hottest stuff to come out. And some new brown loafers had just hit the newspapers. And I saw some black people standing around. And I assumed that's where the shoe line started. I had no idea it was a middle school that was integrating. I thought it was Sammy's Shoe Emporium, the only place in Little Rock, Arkansas, where you can get the flyest dress shoe releases. Big whoopsies on my part. I do, in fact, love the blacks. You've seen me kneeling. Keep up the good work on the show.
Oh. Jerry Jones.
Gerald Jones.
Historical figure. He's like the Forrest Gump in all the bad ways.
Yeah.
He's
just buying
at
shoes.
Every event he should not be at.
I would not be surprised if they pulled back that photo and saw at least 6 other NFL owners, though.
Jerry
Roger Goodell was there.
Yeah, I mean,
they had an owners meeting, and Jerry was like, "All right, I'll fall on this grenade, but you guys got the next one. Just don't zoom out." Oh, that is it's not great, Bob. Okay, hey, I got a letter here. Let's see, this is a letter. It says it's from Lizard Man.
Ooh.
Lizard Man writes, "Hey guys, big fan of the show. I heard Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Kaiser talking about me on a podcast. Tell those guys I said what's up, by the way. Wanted to let you all know we're throwing a party next week here at Lizard Town, USA. We're going to have nacho sled, a bunch of those little tiny Coronas, some flies on toothpicks. Everybody loves when I do the fly on toothpicks. It's a big little hit at the parties. Mainly, I've been just partying super fucking hard because they don't let lizards vote yet. I know everybody's worried about us uprising or that we've taken over the politicians. That's what Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Kaiser say, but soon our day will come. So be ready. Go Packers. Sign Lizard Man.
Whoa. Like Lizard Man from Soul Calibur?
He was one.
I mean, there's a lot of lizard people out there. Apparently, that's what Aaron Rodgers will talk about once he's an announcer.
Yeah, excuse me. I mean, not there are different kinds of lizard people. Like some lizard people have swords and shields. Other lizard people went to UCLA for engineering.
Others spit acid on you.
Isn't Lizard Man also a Ninja Turtles foe?
There's so many, and he's a Spider-Man foe. There's the lizard people are basically just a bunch of supervillains, and they've been denigrated in our media.
And then that's how we got it, isn't it? They're just comic book characters, and now there are factions of people who think they're actually running our government. It's incredible. You got to love it. Hey, Danny, final thoughts on the week.
Final thought. I'll just say what I think we've all been thinking. The Eagles' Christmas album sucks. Don't make a Christmas album. Get out of here with this shit. I don't care.
Have you heard Jordan Mailata's voice? Yeah, that is the voice of an angel.
Then he should produce his own album with his own music and not have Jason Kelsey come in and ruin it with his fat guy drunken belting. What are you gonna really sit down and listen to this whole fucking thing? Christmas standards just because the Eagles sing it? You're all sick.
It's making the rotation.
And also
I'm listening to that shit.
And you know what else is in the same category? The big hat thing. It's going to be cool for 3 weeks, and then you all are going to feel stupid that you ever even started this shit. These are all fads. We have too much class to pull something off.
I have to listen to fucking Linus and Lucy sing every year of my life, and I can't listen to the Eagles sing?
It sucks.
Jamel, final thoughts.
Just a friendly reminder that this Commanders run is not real. Enjoy it while it lasts. When we do blow this game in New York, just remember to focus on your breathing, everybody, and think about how you're still in good health and how, I'm guessing people in your family are okay as well. If you are an orphan and you're rooting for the Commanders, damn, dog. Thanks for listening to the show. That's what I'll say to them.
How are you even doing it?
Yeah, just 7 blessings to you.
I'll say Eagles safe. My final thoughts: Eagles safety. C.J. Gardner-Johnson has a lacerated kidney. He's out indefinitely. We are now finally being hit by the injury bug, specifically on defense. I mean, we lost Goddard on offense as well, but we're still rolling there. Malcolm Jenkins, come out of retirement. You're one of my favorite players of all time. I got the jersey. I'm ready. You're just sitting there. Eagles, sign this man. You already have the mercenaries like Danny referred to. Just Eagles mercenary defense. Let's go. Malcolm Jenkins, captain. Put the C on. We need you.
Sorry.
You're
going to have to rely on Reed Blankenship.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm a big Rodrigo Blankenship guy, though. You know that's me. Sorry.
I sunk my Blankenship. I'm sorry.